All right, welcome, Lady Bruins hockey fans. We're here for a Friday night tilt between the Idaho Junior Steelheads and the Lady Bruins of Cherry Creek. Lady Bruins coming off a 3-1 loss to the Omaha Lady Lancers earlier this afternoon. See if they can bounce back here. We're nice enough to get, or fortunate enough to get rink 3 here. Yeah, it's South Suburban Sports Complex. Great sheet of ice, terrible for viewing, so we're going to go ice level here this evening, as that is the only viewing that is available. Well, warm-up's underway here. Let me get the lines for this evening. So Losowitz centering McCormick and Berger. Zhang centering Leeser and Gray. Zaworski centering DeFelice and Arnold. And King centering Fryer and Novodorsky on the fourth line. Defensive pairings for this evening: Wessel and McDonald, Brewer, Gossner, Jones, and Jennings. So from this morning's game, we have Jennings and Brewer both back, who were missing this morning. And we're ready to get things underway here from South Suburban Sports Complex. Rink 3 in about 8 seconds of warm-ups. We'll get pucks in the net. We should bring you puck drop here in about 2 minutes or so. And for those of you that are wondering, yes, Rink 3 is preparing us for the cold front that is coming into Denver. Rink 3, a nice little prep for that, as it is freezing in here. Try and figure out the camera so I don't get the camera in the way of the net. All right, I think we're good here. Be ready for puck drop in just a moment. So Bozier and net tonight for the Bruins. I'll get you the rest of the starting lineup in just a moment. Game 2 of the 4-game preliminary set here for your Lady Bruins. Again, Lady Bruins coming off the 3-1 loss to the Omaha Lady Lancers. Pretty close game until there was about 8 minutes left, and then the Lancers were able to break it open. We'll get puck underway here. Wessel McDonald on the back end. Zhang, Leeser, Gray out here to start. Zhang to take the draw. Played back there to McDonald. McDonald tries to play it ahead to Zhang. Picked off there by the Steelheads. Zhang gets possession. Zhang up ahead. Zone entry to Gray. Gray works it down low, picked off there by the Steelheads. Steelheads look to start their breakout now. Wessel steps up there. Zeng able to hold the line. In the skates of Gray. Tries to go out front to Leeser. That is broken up by the stick of the Steelheads. And McDonald able to hold there along the near boards. Steelheads work it far side. Wessel steps up there. Controlled by the Steelheads. They'll chip it up ahead. Glove down, Wessel. Goes glove to stick, so there's no hand pass. And Gray touches it on the delayed offside. So we're going to face off outside the zone here. 14:09 to go, first period. Face off will come outside the Steelhead zone. Brewer, Gostner out there now. Zaworski, Arnold, and DeFelice played into the zone. Arnold in on the forecheck. Steelheads. Zone exit there. Up ahead. Brewer skates after it. Brewer tries to play it up the boards. Picked off by the Steelheads. Brewer lifts the stick. Nice battle there. Puck's played down low behind the net. Gostner will pick it up there. Gostner plays it ahead to Arnold. Played back into the zone. Now in the slot. Shot by the Steelheads. That's broken up by the stick of Brewer. And DeFelice will try and push it ahead. Gostner now up ahead. Zaworski chips it out of the zone. Zaworski. DeFelice trailing on the play. Throws a shot towards the net. That goes wide. And the Steelheads will come back. They get the blue line. Zone entry. Shot. Blocker to side by Bozier. Good first save there for Bozier on a tricky little shot. Brewer. Picked off by the Steelheads. Steelhead team is quick. Shot on net. And that'll be held by Bozier. .13:05 here to go in the first period. King to take the draw. King, Novodosky, Fryer out there. Jones and Jennings. King to take the draw. Back to the point. Towards the net. Steered aside. Centered out front by the Steelheads. Shot tipped in on net and held by Bozier. So Bozier with a couple sharp saves here to start. King to take the draw again. Won by the Steelheads. Steelheads working towards the net. Jones knocks a player down in front. Shot towards the net. Jones pushes a player down. Stick lift there. Now played down low. Jennings will pick it up there. Jennings tries to go to King. King tries to work it up the near boards. Steelheads keep it in. And broken out there by Jennings. Jennings has to take it out first stick on the near boards here. Novodarski tries to play it in the zone. That goes off a stick. And the Steelheads will look to break it out. Played into the Lady Bruins zone, picked up there. Wessel tries to work it around to McDonald. Picked off there by the Steelheads. McDonald now battles. Puck pops loose in the slot. Puck goes out front. That's steered wide. Wessel battles behind the net. Puck's played back to the point. And it's going to be picked off there by it's McCormick. McCormick tries to center it. Good look there, but the back check of the Steelheads picked that up. A little bit more physical play here from your Bruins to start. I like to see that. And it's picked off there. Losowitz backhands it into the zone. Icing's waved off. Berger in on the forecheck. Up ahead. Back out the center. McDonald takes it wide. And played out to center. Steelheads hit the line 1-on-2. Zeng back. And a shot on net and a save by Bozier. We're going to face off in the zone here. 10:50 to go first period. Face off will be right of Bozier. Gosser, Brewer out there now. Zeng, Gray, and Leeser. We'll get a little equipment fixed there on Bozier. Zeng to take the draw. One there by the Steelheads. They work it back into the top of the slot. Now wide shot and a save by Bozier. Set up play off the draw there by the Steelheads. Steelheads honestly look to have a little bit more jump than the Bruins here. They like to be a really good skating team. They move the puck well. Zeng to take the draw. Picked up there by the Steelheads. Puck's loose in front, shot and a goal. So Bruins maybe a little lax there with our defensive zone coverage. Steelheads take the early 1-0 lead. Face off. One there by the Steelheads. Brewer picks it up. Brewer tries to play it through the slot. Picked off there. Brewer steps up. Steelheads trying center. Played down low now. Zaworski. Up ahead to DeFelice. She chips to Arnold. Arnold plays it in the defenseman's skates. Zaworski battles along the near boards here. And puck comes out to center. We get a delayed penalty coming up here on the Bruins. I'll be curious to see what that one was. DeFelice goes down. Steelheads walk it in, now down low. And Zaworski will touch. All right, I missed that one, but Arnold to the box, 2 minutes for hooking. Gray to take the draw, one there by the Steelheads. Gray and McCormick out there from a forward perspective. And they want the penalty up on the board, so we'll rinse repeat. Gray, McCormick out there with McDonald and Wessel, I believe. Puck's played ahead, out of the reach of Gray. Steelheads get zone entry. Wessel forces the player wide. Steelheads center it out front. That goes through the slot. It's a foot race for the puck here. Steelheads will get back to pick that up. Chipped ahead. Gray steals it for a moment. And overskated there. McCormick in hard on the forecheck. Almost has a steal. And Steelhead comes back the other way. Taken off her stick by McDonald. Wessel plays up ahead to McCormick. And McCormick will play it all the way down. Minute 10 here to go in the power play for the Steelheads. Angled off, Steelheads get the zone. Shot from a sharp angle, that goes wide of the net. Played back up to the line, held in there by the Steelheads. Puck goes back down low. McDonald plays it up ahead. And Zhang able to get a stick on that one and clear it. All the way down on the Steelhead goaltender. Goaltender will leave it there for their defense. They break it back out. They get the red line. Blue line with zone possession. Steelheads work it back to the top of the slot, and that goes through everybody up and out of the zone. 20 seconds here to go, and the penalty to Arnold. Steelheads get the line, walk it in. Shot blocked down by McDonald. Back to the point. Shot steered aside by Bozier. Goster, far side. Gets a chip on it. Plays it up ahead now to Berger. Really close to too many players there for the Bruins. Stolen there by Berger. And played out to center. Centered out front. That goes through everybody. Jennings looks to pick it up there. And puck's played back out to center. Steelheads get the red line. Losowitz forces her player off the puck. McCormick tries to chip it ahead. And back into the Bruin zone. Goster absorbs contact there. Steelheads work it back to the point. Shot towards the net. That's deflected wide. And DeFelice picks it up ahead to Berger. Berger goes across. In the skate to Goster. Goster plays it back into the Steelhead zone. Icing's waved off there. Steelheads will work it up ahead. Brewer tries to play it out. Doesn't quite make it. Work back to the top of the slot. Shot saved by Bozier. And puck's played out. Steelheads try and flip the ice quick. That's stolen though by Brewer. Brewer brings it in, centers it. Stolen by the Steelheads. Brewer plays it to the line. Held there by the Steelheads. They'll dump it in far corner. Jones up ahead. Shot, the goal. Looked like the Bruins had a chance to get it out there at the blue line. They were unable to. And the Steelheads keep it in, get a player in the slot. The Steelhead team might be one of the better teams I've seen in a while. Face-off one there, off the stick of Wessel. Steelheads pick it up. Work it back to the top of the point. And played back into the zone. Zaworski on the forecheck. Picked off there, McDonald. McDonald steps up. McDonald shot. Blocker to side by the goaltender. Arnold centers it out front. Picked off there by the Steelheads. Puck's loose in the slot. And now comes out to center, where it's picked up by Wessel. Wessel walks it in the skates of DeFelice. DeFelice throws it towards the net. That chips up into the air. Zaworski now. Zaworski. She'll leave it near side here for McDonald. McDonald comes in using that reach. Tries to center out front. Arnold throws it towards the net. Puck comes back to the point. That goes through everybody. Steelheads in on it quick. And Zaworski plays it ahead. Stolen there by the Steelheads. They walk out in front. Saved by Bozier. Picked up there by Zaworski. Off the stick of Fryer. Towards the net. McDonald ties over the player. Now puck's bouncing around. Shot towards the net. McDonald gets a stick on it. McDonald now. McDonald get the red line. And I think McDonald's going to draw a tripping penalty here on the Steelheads. 3:34 here to go, first period. Bruins will head to the power play. Going to face off in the Steelhead zone. And tripping does appear to be the call on the Steelheads. All right. Gray to take the draw. Leeser plays it around behind. Picked off there by the Steelheads. Losowitz looks to work it high. Now down low, just out of the reach of Gray. McDonald steps up. McDonald tries to go out front with it. Steelheads pick that off. And they're going to play it out of the zone and all the way down. Berger will go back there to pick it up. Over skates for a moment. Steelheads get it, centered out front. Saved by Bozier. Picked up there by Leeser. Up ahead to Gray. And puck's played back into the Bruin zone. McDonald chips it ahead. Leeser now. Leeser with it. Shot. Blocked down by the Steelheads. And puck's played all the way back into the Bruin zone. A minute to go on the Bruin power play. McDonald up ahead to Gray. Picked off by the Steelheads. Right back to Gray, though. Gray gets it. Tries to go to Losowitz in the slot. Off the stick of Berger. And the Steelheads come back the other way. Breakaway. Shot. All right, apparently that was off the post. I don't know from what I saw. I thought that very well might have been in. Face off outside the Bruin zone. Leeser leaves there for McDonald. McDonald's take it off her stick. Steelheads go across. Shot saved by Bozier. Rebound saved by Bozier. So Bruins a little sloppy, honestly, with the puck here to start. This appears to be a Steelhead team that will make you pay if you're sloppy with the puck. Face off, one there. Steelheads pick it up, though. Steelheads walk it out front. Saved by Bozier, and a goal. Shorthanded goal for the Steelheads. They go up 3-0 with a minute 44 to go, first period. All right, King to take the draw with Novodowski and Fryer. Jones and Brewer on the back end. King to take the draw, one there by the Steelheads. Steelheads play it up ahead. Jones works it over to Brewer. Oh, Brewer fans on it. They walk in. Shot. And a save by Bozier. Bruins need to get their feet moving sooner rather than later. King to take the draw, back to the point. Shot towards the net. Brewer ties up with the player there. Centered out front by the Steelheads towards the net. That goes off the post. I think that was a double doink. Post and back under the goaltender. Bruins catch a huge break there. Losowitz to take the draw. Played around behind. McCormick picks it up, far corner. And played out to center. Losowitz leaves there for McDonald. McDonald, she's taken off the puck. McDonald out into the slot. Losowitz can't get a stick on it. Berger fights through a hook. Played down low. Berger walks it out front. Backhand shot attempt. And saved by the Steelhead goaltender. 25 seconds here to go. First period. Losowitz to take the draw. Back to Wessel. Wessel plays it down low. Back up to the point. Wessel sidesteps one player. Taking off the puck there. Losowitz down. Losowitz works it near side. Drops behind for McCormick. Stolen by the Steelheads. They'll try and come back the other way. Broken up the blue line by Wessel. Losowitz. So Steelheads dominate the first period there. We'll be back in a moment. All right, ready to get the second period underway here. All right, face-off won there by the Steelheads, pushed into the zone. Wessel forces the player wide. Dug out there by Wessel, played up near boards, stolen there by the Steelheads. Up ahead, Leeser chips it out to open ice. Gray will give chase there. Back to Wessel. Wessel works it back to McDonald. Up ahead to Gray. Stolen by Gray. Gray shot off the side of the net. Worked back to the point and chipped out the center. Wessel will go back to pick it up there. Wessel now near boards. Wessel plays it ahead. Off the stick of Leeser. Steelheads will go back the other way with it. They'll play it in deep. Steelheads try and work it out from behind the net. Back to the point. Shot towards the net. That goes off a skate. Wessel steers it out of harm's way and it's picked up there by Leeser. Leeser leaves there for Gray, but that's the whistle down all sides at the line. I'd like to say Leeser played in deep there. Zaworski, Arnold, DeFelice. Zaworski to take the draw. Gossner leaves there for Brewer. Played up ahead. And back into the Bruin zone. Gossner will go back to retrieve there. Gossner up the near boards to DeFelice. Dug out there. Gossner now. Back at it, DeFelice. DeFelice plays it across. Arnold. Arnold plays it into the zone. Zaworski in on the forecheck with Arnold. Zaworski angles a player off there. DeFelice works it back to the point. Gossner shot. That goes wide of the net. Arnold picks it up there, works it back to the point to Brewer. Brewer plays it in deep. And we got a cross check on the Steelheads. It must have been behind the play because I did not see it. But the Steelheads will head to the box. 12:55 here to go, second period. Lady Bruins looking to get something going. Zeng, McCormick, Zaworski, Jennings, Gossner out there now. Zeng to take the draw. Back to the point. Hops the stick at Jennings. That's going to go all the way down. Bozier will go back there to pick it up. Bozier leaves for Gossner. Stolen there by the Steelheads. Centered out front. Picked up there by Zaworski. Zaworski now. Up ahead to Zeng. Zeng. Opportunity. McCormick. McCormick shot to goal! Bruins get one back on the power play. McCormick from Zeng. The speed of McCormick. Get the puck to an open area. Let a player make a play. That player was McCormick. It's a 3-1 game now. King to take the draw. Good to see McCormick get one there. Hopefully that gets her going. Jones plays it up ahead to Fryer. Steelheads look to get the zone. Shot towards the net, saved by Bozier. Puck's loose in front, and Bozier makes the save. Brewer Jones out there, and looks like we'll bring out Losowitz, Berger, McCormick. Losowitz to take the draw. One there by the Steelheads. Towards the net, that goes wide. And a save by Bozier. We're going to face off in the zone here. 11:43 here to go in the second. Losowitz to take the draw. Wessel plays it up ahead to McCormick. McCormick tries to chip it out of the zone. On the stick of McDonald. Now McCormick has it. Ooh, that could have been a hand pass. McDonald picks it up ahead, hops the stick of Berger. And the Steelheads will look to break it out. They come down the near boards here. Steelheads with speed. Got to make that zone entry a little tougher there, girls. And it's picked off by Berger. Berger plays it ahead to McCormick, out of her reach. McDonald has it now. McDonald has it taken off her stick. Wessel plays it ahead. And Steelheads will play it into the zone. This is going to roll in on Bozier. And Bozier will just hold. Face off in the Lady Bruins zone here. 10:48 to go, second period. Gray, Leeser, Zeng, Wessel, and McDonald out there now. Zeng to take the draw. Up ahead of the line, not out. Leeser now plays it out to center, picked off there by the Steelheads. McDonald plays it out of the zone. Gray goes down. Will play on. Saved by Bozier. Towards the net. Gray plays it around. Near boards here. Leeser. Leeser up ahead, out of the zone. Gray will give chase. Gray has Zeng going to the front of the net. Puck rolls in on the goaltender, and the goaltender will cover. 10:10 to go, second period. Face-off will be in the Steelhead zone to the right of the Steelhead goaltender. We'll stay with Zeng, Leeser, Gray. Jones and Brewer. And Steelheads look to break it out. Steelheads get the line. Shot towards the net. Saved by Bozier. Zaworski, DeFelice, Arnold coming back out there now. Jones and Jennings on the back end. Zaworski to take the draw. Towards the net. That's gloved and held by Bozier. Zaworski to take the draw. Puck's work. Far side. Arnold gets it on our backhand, stolen by the Steelheads. They'll try and work it out front. Shot on net, saved by Bozier. Zaworski to take the draw here. Tied up, thrown through the crease. Steelheads work it back to the line. Shot down low. In on Bozier. And a save. Steelheads generating some pressure here. Zaworski to take the draw, back to the point. Steelheads try and work it out front. Shot wide of the net. Jones plays it up the boards. Picked off there, Zaworski. Zaworski up ahead to Arnold. Picked off there. Jones will skate it near side at DeFelice, back to the point. Shot wide of the net. That goes off a body and in on Bozier. That was going 3 feet wide of the net. I don't know what that hit in front. But good reaction there by Bozier. I'll have to go back and look at that one. That shot was definitely going 3 feet wide of the net. King to take the draw. Back to the point. Towards the net. Steered aside. And Bozier will cover. Bruins need to get a little nasty in front of the net. A lot of poking around at Bozier after loose pucks. Got to start banging away on some players here. King to take the draw. Girls need to just feel like their dad said something stupid and they want to punch him in the face. Puck's loose in front. Fryer bangs it out. Shot. Saved by Bozier. Saved by Bozier. Shot. Another save by Bozier. Brewer and Gostner out there now. Losowitz to take the draw. One there by the Steelheads. They'll work it back to the point. Stolen there for a moment. Steelheads will play it back in. They're offsides at the line. Delayed offsides here. That'll allow the Bruins to break it out. Stolen there by the Steelheads though. Berger will pick it up. Berger up ahead. Through the skates of McCormick. McCormick, though, her speed negates the icing. Centers it out front. Berger can't get a stick on it. Gostner plays it down low. And up ahead, Brewer pinches. Holds it in. Picked off there by Gostner. Berger steps up. Puck's loose at center ice. And the Steelheads get the zone. Losowitz takes it off a player's stick. It's picked up there by Gray. Gray works it up the near boards to Gostner. Gostner to the line, not out. Brewer plays it ahead. Picked off there by the Steelheads. Steelheads get the zone, walk it in the slot. Puck rolls in on Bozier, and Bozier will cover. 6:53 here to go. Second period. 3-1 Steelheads. Ice tilted right now in the favor of the Steelheads. McDonald, Wessel coming out now. Zeng, Gray, and Leeser. Zeng to take the draw, wins it back. Wessel up ahead to McDonald. And puck's played ahead, just out of the reach of Leeser. Icing's waved off. Zeng in on the forecheck. They bang her right at the side of the net. Puck's loose. Not sure why icing was waved off there. I did not see a deflection. But Bruins will take the benefit of that one. Zeng to take the draw. Zeng tries to kick it back to Leeser. Steelheads get possession though. They'll work it around behind their net. Puck rims along the boards. McDonald steps up, able to hold for a moment. Puck's in her skates. And now McDonald picks it up there. McDonald shot towards the net, steered aside by the goaltender. McDonald battles along the boards. Zeng takes a high spot in place of McDonald. And the Steelheads look to break it out. Held there at the line for a moment. Now Gray's got it. Gray leaves there for McDonald. McDonald taken down. And will play on. Wessel picks that up. Wessel tries to center. Picked off there by the Steelheads. Played into the Bruins zone, and that'll be an icing. We're going to face off in the Steelhead zone here. 5:34 to go. Second period. Face off be the left of the Steelhead goaltender. Zaworski, Arnold, Novodorski out there. Jones and Jennings. Zaworski to take the draw, one there by the Steelheads. They'll work it up the boards. Puck takes a weird bounce off the boards. They drive in the front of the net. And Bosier's able to cover. Zaworski to take the draw. Bruins just trying to kind of weather the storm right now. Puck goes down low. Picked off there. Jennings up ahead. In the skates of Arnold. Now Jennings has it. Jennings tries to play it in. Picked off there by the Steelheads. And they'll look to bring it into the zone. Steelheads walk the line. They go far side. Shot wide of the net. Shot blocked down by Zaworski. Zaworski now tries to play it ahead to Arnold. Arnold plays it in the zone. Novodorski thought she was offside, so she'll hold off. And Steelheads will work it out. Jones holds there. And played back into the zone. The goaltender will play it. Jones will go off for a change. King down low. Bruins look to start their forecheck. And played out the center. 3-on-2 coming up here for the Steelheads. Shot and a save by Bosier. Nice read by Bosier there, picking up the trailer, coming to the middle. That's where you want to go with the puck if you're the Steelheads. Bosier had that read well. Took that puck in the chest for a save. King to take the draw. Wins it back. Centered out front. Broken up by the stick of Brewer. And Gossner will pick it up there. Gossner loses an edge. DeFelice takes a shove in the back there. We'll play on. Steelheads bring it into the zone. Picked up there by Gossner. Gossner throws on the brakes. Tries to work it up the near boards to Fryer. Picked off there by the Steelheads. Puck bouncing around in the slot. Controlled there by the Steelheads. They'll work it cross ice to the high D. ID walks to the top of the dots, and that's gloved and held by Bosier. 3:20 here to go in the second period. Right now, the way it stands, Bruins up 1-0 in this period. Lost the first period 3-0, up 1-0 in the second, but still trail here by 2 goals. Losowitz to take the draw. Tied up there. Steelheads win it back to the point. Towards the net, tip attempt. And Bosier able to make the save there on the tip in front. We got Losowitz to take the draw. One there by the Steelheads. Steelheads have been really good in the dot. Shot off the glove of Bosier and wide. Played around behind. Brewer works it up the near boards here. Out of the reach of Berger. Hops the stick of Brewer. And Steelheads walking in the slot. Top of the dots now. Shot. Gloved and held by Bosier. Steelheads definitely starting to press here. Losowitz to start to take the draw. Puck's played up to the line. Berger tries to play it ahead. Stolen there by the Steelheads. Steelheads will work it back into their zone. Berger steps up. Now Wessel has it. Wessel plays it ahead. Back to the Bruins blue line. McDonald. She plays it all the way down, but that goes through everybody. That'll be an icing. 2:25 here to go. Second period. Again, Bruins trying to kind of weather the storm, for lack of a better term. Zeng to take the draw. Picked off there by Gray. Played ahead. Wessel steps up from her D position. Plays it through a couple players. Wessel tries to throw it out front. Fights through a hook. Well, an alleged hook because there was no call. Played back into the Bruin zone. Steelheads are on it though quick. They win the race to the puck. Shot. Thrown out front. Gray tries to play it out. Stolen there by the Steelheads. Knocked down. Wessel now up ahead to Gray. Gray able to get it out to center. And played back into the Bruin zone. Bruins need a little more hustle to get back to the puck. Wessel bodied off the puck there. Leeser plays it up ahead to Zeng. McDonald up ahead to Leeser. Leeser to Zeng. Zeng hits the red line. Stolen there by the Steelheads. Steelheads are coming back the other way. Looked like it was going to be a 3-on-2, but they lose the puck. Now they'll look to get a clean zone entry, and they do. Steelheads take it wide. And played ahead. Picked up there. Zaworski off the bench. Zaworski takes it wide. Throws it towards the net. That goes wide. She'll pick up the player far side, though. Arnold spun off the puck there. Centered out front. Shot wide of the net. McDonald picks it up there. And the Steelheads get possession. Now Arnold flips it out to center. Picked up there, McDonald. Arnold takes a high hit. McDonald now down the wing, right as time expires. Unable to get the shot off. So at the end of the two, it is 3-1 in favor of the Steelheads. Bruins get one back there in the second. But the Steelheads did control a lot of play in the zone for that period. We got 15 minutes of hockey here coming your way in just a moment. All right, ready to get the third period underway here from south of Bruin Sports Complex. And looks like we need a minute because it looks like we just lost clock and scoreboard. All right, we're slowly getting things back here. Scores back up. How's it going, man? Happy Thanksgiving. Now we just got to get the clock up. All right, ref doing everything he can to help out here, but clock is not cooperating. Looks like we'll reset it again and try. Now we got a clock running, but everything else is off. All right. All right, we'll go 15 seconds in before we start the clock. Played into the zone by the Steelheads. Jennings goes back to pick it up there, stolen by the Steelheads. Puck's loose in front, picked up there, DeFelice. Shot towards the net, blockered aside by Bozier. Nice save through traffic there by Bozier. Puck's loose in the slot. Steelheads look to pick it up, kicked ahead by Fryer. Now on the stick of Jennings. And Jennings will circle back with it. Jennings up ahead to Goster, and that's played out of the zone. Steelheads will go back and pick it up in their own zone there. Fryer, DeFelice, King. Goster and Jennings. Played up, or sorry, Wessel and Jennings. Wessel cross to Jennings. Jennings tries to play it across. Picked off there by the Steelheads. Back into the zone. Wessel picks it up there. Wessel works it up the near boards. Puck comes to the line. Held in there by the Steelheads. Steelheads just quicker at every puck right now. Broken up there by Berger. Shot. It's deflected wide of the net. Picked up there by King. King tries to work it up the near boards here. Picked off there by the Steelheads. Thrown in on the net, steered aside. Wessel ties up with a player there. Steelheads try and walk it out front. Now they get possession, drop it to their D, pinching down. Bruins kind of chasing the puck right now. And it's stolen there by Jennings. Jennings, she'll go with it. But it looks like we got a penalty behind the play. Looks like King's going to go for a hook behind the play. Tough one there for the Bruins in the offensive or in the defensive zone as the puck was leaving the zone. Losowitz take the draw. Left there in the skates of McDonald. Up ahead, Losowitz. Losowitz loses it. Got to get the puck out, girls. And Losowitz able to chip it ahead. She's got Berger coming down the wing. Berger tries to go across to McCormick. McCormick was tied up. She didn't get a whole lot on that backhand. Puck comes out to the line and out of the zone. Picked up there, McDonald. McDonald plays it back out to center ice. Berger ties up with a player there. Berger tries to play it in deep. Bruins have too many players. And now we'll get one off. No. Don't bring another one on, guys. That's too many players. Oh, looks like they both went. It was 5-on-5 hockey. Okay. Coincidental minors. All right. I didn't realize King and the other player went. Opportunity here for the Steelheads. Wessel forces the player off the puck. Up ahead to Zhang. Zhang on the stick of Leeser. Leeser plays it in deep. Sorry, guys, did not realize a Steelhead player also went to the box for the coincidentals. And played out to center, back into the Bruins zone. Gostner back in there, centered out front. And it's a goal for the Steelheads. So the speed of the Steelheads caused a little bit of a breakdown there on the part of the Bruins in defensive zone coverage. Brewer, Gosler out there, Zhang, Gray, and Leeser. Played back into the zone. Brewer ties the player up. Steelheads get possession though. Zhang, Gosser, play down low. Steelheads walk it out front. Shot from a sharp angle. Saved by Bozier. Brewer ties up with a player there. I'd like to see a player get dumped there, bagging away at the side of the net. Shot blocked down. Picked up there by Gray. Gray plays it ahead to Leeser. Out of her reach. And Gray will pick it up. Tries to chip it to herself. Leeser ties up with a player there. And puck's played out to center. Jones up ahead. Zaworski to Leeser and into the zone. Broken up there by the stick of Jennings. Shot. Cleared out by Jones. And it's picked up there. Jones will skate with it now. Up ahead to Novodorski. Novodorski sidesteps a player. Throws it towards the net. Down low. Tried to go out front to Novodorski. And that puck's going to go all the way down the ice. And it'll be an icing. We're going to face off here in the Steelhead zone. I know I'm not that far off from my clock. 8:58 here to go. Third period, 4-1 lead. Losowitz to take the draw. To the blue line, hops the stick of Wessel. Wessel tied up there. And the Steelheads come back the other way. McDonald steps up now. Puck goes down low. Losowitz leaves there for McDonald. McDonald, she'll pick it up, skate out with it now. McDonald up ahead to McCormick. McCormick in hard on the forecheck. Steelheads pick it up, play it out to center. 2-on-1 maybe for the Steelheads. Now it's a 1-on-1 as the Bruins get back. Bruins unable to clear though. Now Wessel picks it up. Wessel plays it ahead. Nice play to throw it right towards the Steelhead bench as they were changing there. You hit that player coming off the ice. Sometimes you can get the too-many player penalty. McDonald holds at the line. In the skates of McDonald. McDonald tries to play it down low. Now it's back into the Bruin zone. Picked up there. Wessel. McDonald. In the skates of Berger. Berger tries to get a shot off. Taking off her stick. And Steelheads will come back the other way. And I think we're going to get McDonald for a hook. If I have to guess, that is going to be the call. And for those of you that had that one on your board, you win, although the Lady Bruins lose as they head to the penalty kill. McDonald, 2 minutes for a hook. You kind of see that coming as the stick got parallel as the player was driving down the ice. So 2-minute power play coming up here for the Steelheads. Gray to take the draw. Back to the top of the dots. Steelheads. Shot towards the net. Steered aside by Bozier. Way to get the leg out there by Bozier. Steelheads pick it up now. Brewer clears it to the side. Centered out front. Picked off there by the Bruins. Shot towards the net. Rolls in on Bozier. Puck's loose. Sent to the corner by Brewer. Shot. Kicked aside by Bozier, who's had a busy night here tonight. Gray stands the player up and able to clear it down. Minute 17 here to go in the Bruin kill. Gray works for the steal. Goster steps up. An opportunity here for the Steelheads and a power play goal. (5-1) Steelheads. 18 for the Steelheads. I mean, girl's a beast. I mean, she's got to be 5'11", 6 foot, and can skate like the wind. All right, Zaworski to take the draw. Puck's played ahead by the Steelheads into the zone. Steelheads with another chance there, shot and a goal. (6-1) Steelheads here. Lady Bruins look a little shell-shocked right now. Zaworski to take the draw. Need to regroup here in a solid 6.5 minutes to finish this game. Steelheads bring it into the zone. Broken up by the Bruins. Novodorski comes out the worst on that end. Blocked down by Novodorski. Picked up there. Wessel up ahead to the line. Not out. Now Arnold able to get it out. Arnold, Novodorski, Zaworski. Plenty of vowels on the ice. And it's stolen there by Wessel. Wessel plays it in deep. Arnold in on the forecheck. And puck's played back into the Bruins zone. Opportunity here for the Steelheads. Steered aside by Bozier. Wessel forces the player wide. Steelheads look to hit the trailer. Arnold picks that up a little high. And now it's played out of the zone. Played back into the zone. Jennings will go back there to pick it up. 5:15 to go. Jennings bought it off the puck. And it's picked up there by Wessel. Wessel up ahead to Arnold. Arnold, she'll skate with it. Gets the red line. Sidesteps one player. Tries to drive to the front of the net. Shot on net. And a save by the goaltender. So we're a 4-goal lead, so we're at run clock here in the third. King, Fryer, DeFelice, Brewer, and Gossner out there now. King to take the draw, back to the point, hops the stick of Gossner, 2-on-1 for the Steelhead. Shot, and gloved and held by Bozier. King to take the defensive zone draw here. Back to the point. Shot blocked down. In the skates of Gossner, steered aside. Steelhead work it near side. Steered aside by Bozier. Steelhead work it D to D. Shot towards the net. Gloved and held by Bozier. Under 4 minutes here to go in the third. Bruins down 5. Bookends of this game have not been great for the Bruins. Outscored 3-0 in the first. Up 1-0 in the second. And down 3-0 in the third. Losowitz to take the draw. Controlled there by the Steelheads. Gossner forces a player wide. And McCormick plays it ahead. McCormick gets the blue line. Drops there to Losowitz. Losowitz shot towards the net. Goes off a stick and wide. Played down low. Gossner tries to hold it in. And the Steelheads able to play it out. I think Brewer is going to go here. Brewer to the box for 2 minutes here. All right, Zeng to take the draw. And McDonald will clear it all the way down. Played into the zone. Picked off there. Wessel. Wessel tries to play it ahead. Wessel gets bumped off the puck. Dugout now by Wessel. Wessel clear all the way down. 2:04 to go in the game. Minute 30 in the Bruin penalty kill. Played up ahead. Stolen there for a moment by Arnold. She's tied up. Played back to Zeng. Zeng will play it right back into the zone. Good first half of this penalty kill by your Bruins. Steelhead look for the stretch pass. Glove down for a moment by Zaworski. Wessel picks it up there, plays it around behind, up ahead to Gray. Overskated for a moment. Steelhead try and work it back to the point. Shot towards the net. Knocked down by Wessel. And cleared out by Gray. 30 seconds to go and the penalty to Brewer. Gray leaves there for McDonald. McDonald spins with it. McDonald up ahead. McDonald to Zaworski. Zaworski tries to bring it to the middle. Taken off her stick by the Steelhead. And we're going to be back to even strength hockey here in a moment. And we're back to even strength hockey here. 30 seconds to go in the game. Steelhead play it ahead. Stolen there by Wessel. Wessel walks it in. Taken off her stick. Wessel goes down. We're going to get a tripping call here on the Steelhead with 12 seconds to go. And they decide to let it run off.